Britain's emergency bikers are the lone rangers of the road. They scythe through the most congested traffic in Europe to get help where it's most needed, fast.
Go, go, go.
In the battle to save and protect lives, they can be first on scene. And the minute they arrive, we're right there with them. Coming up on Emergency Bikers. Biker cops tackle a major pile-up.
You don't like to hear lorry in the back of a car, that is not very pleasant at all.
A furious motorist in Essex.
I feel like I'm going to get shafted here.
And a frightened mother fears the worst.
His lips keep going blue.
It's got a raging temperature at the moment.
Essex has some of the heaviest traffic in the UK on key arterial routes, carrying hundreds of thousands of cars and lorries in and out of London and the Channel ports. Patrolling them today, PC Steve Stomp Allen. 2 cars and 2 lorries have collided on the A13, and an elderly couple are trapped in one of the cars. They need help, fast. Stomp's 8 miles away, but on his powerful BMW R1200 RT, he can weave through the traffic, and he knows all the shortcuts. As he hits the A13, he opens the throttle, racing past a fire engine on its way to the crash. All 3 lanes are now at a standstill, but on 2 wheels, he can squeeze through the tailback. Nine minutes after getting the call, Stomp's on scene. The fire crew have also just arrived and must work fast and carefully to rescue the injured couple from their wrecked car.
What's your part, mate? You're the HGV. No, you're not. 22, that one up there? Okay. You've been to the back of the deck, have you? No. Are you okay? I can see.
The driver of the lorry that hit the car is badly shaken. Shock is a common reaction which the cops have to deal with. Stomp must gather evidence to get a precise picture of just what happened. He starts by taking a statement from the driver of the second car involved.
Just nice and slowly, your own words, what happened?
I had an engine failure. The red car saw me stop, so they also came to stop behind me.
Hang on, okay.
So we were both stopped. Then all of a sudden, I had a bang!
The air ambulance has been scrambled. There's no hard shoulder for emergency vehicles on this section of the A13, so this is the fastest way to get medics on scene. Fellow biker PC Mick Wills is also on the scene, and the news isn't good.
So that spine lift, so they're going to be cutting them out on spinal boards and hospital for proper assessment.
Stomp's an HGV specialist and will check the tachographs of both lorries. These record precisely how far and how fast each driver's been travelling, and Stomp will also be able to discover if either of them has been driving for too long without a break.
Nothing obvious on the tacho. That one's come up, swerved out at the last minute, and this one's come up following that one. There's nowhere to go and hit him. He's okay on tacho. Where's the driver for that one?
Driver for the one on the left is John there.
John?
Both the drivers' tachographs get the all clear from Stomp.
That one's absolutely fine. Okay then, you're free to go.
It appears the driver of the white lorry had no room for manoeuvre, and it's lucky he was able to avoid hitting the car full on.
Whole couple are lucky to get out of a focus alive. I don't know how fast the lorry was doing when it actually hit them, but 10 tonne, they're barrelling at the back of them. Very lucky.
The air ambulance crew have now been joined by other paramedics, escorted by police up the wrong side of the closed carriageway. The couple will now be rushed to hospital by road.
It's obviously neck, spine, that's what they're really worried about. There's no visible life-threatening injuries, which is the good thing. The neck's, obviously the spinal cord, so vulnerable. And until they're 100% sure that's safe, they will treat them with the utmost care.
The A13 is the road with the highest accident rate on the Biker Cops patch, with around 30 people killed or seriously injured on it every year. Statements taken, evidence gathered. The Biker Cops need to get the road open once it's cleared of dangerous debris.
They've been on 2 highways about getting us the road sweeper. It's a negative. So it'll be the good old broom and elbow grease. By who? Might be me.
So it's Mick who gets the short end of the brush.
Well, this is a first, this is. Mick Will's actually working.
Well, somebody can put this in a minute, I think.
Once Mick's done his duty, Stomp can get the traffic moving again.
We've got the starting grid on Brands Hatch in a minute.
When it was gridlock on one of the county's busiest roads, it was Stomp's bike that got him through the jam.
We've got 3 lanes of solid traffic. When you're trying to force a car down there, it takes your time. With the bikes, we're straight through. Here a lot quicker. It can give us a couple of extra minutes, and that can make a difference. You don't like to hear lorry in the back of a car. I've seen crashes where you can't actually see the car situated between 2 lorries, and that is not very pleasant at all. You do see fatals in this, instead of this situation, yes. And it's a lot of people affected in a bad way.
In the end, no criminal prosecutions were brought against any of the drivers involved in the accident. North Yorkshire, England's biggest county. 3,000 square miles of beautiful countryside. And biker cop PC Martin Smith reckons it's a patch that takes a bit of beating.
Oh, I think we've got probably the prettiest county in the country. A very beautiful county. If I get the opportunity to go up to Settle and Skipton or anywhere like that, then yes, I'll put my hand up and volunteer. Can't think why. Perhaps because it's nice up there.
Today, Smithy's on the edge of York. He spots a trio of young moped riders leaving a garage and about to join the ring road, and decides to give their bikes the once-over. Young riders are especially vulnerable. Every month, 20 16-year-old boys will be killed or seriously injured.
Hello? Pull up on there. Just on that island there. It's alright, just want a quick word. Hey? All of you? As I came round about, I saw 2 of you, which were the red ones, and that one, I'll be honest, didn't look as if it had an L plate on, which I appreciate is down there. Yes, it's a kind of L plate. It wants put in right. And I have a funny feeling this one ain't got one up front, is it?
Yeah, it has there.
Where is it?
There.
That's not an L plate on front of a bike.
Well, it was already on there when I got back.
Yeah, I know, but that's not an excuse. You're responsible.
But there's more than dodgy L plates bothering Smithy.
You've got a bit of a problem.
Back tyre.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No.
How much should you have on it?
Is it somewhere around 0.6?
How about a millimetre?
Yeah.
But you've still got to have it on there.
Yeah,
I know you don't go that fast. What I always say is, you slide off coming round that corner there following Bill and Ben here. He comes off first, but he's a lucky lad, and he slides into the road here and he gets a sore backside. You do 2 bounces and land with the middle of your back on that curb edge. You end up in a wheelchair for your life, and he comes and visits you until eventually he gets better things to do and you're still sat in your wheelchair because that tyre wasn't right. Yeah. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, but I have known people come off motorbikes over there and slide over there and hit their head on a stone and be dead. It happens, and it can happen to you as the next person. Now what we're going to do with you, because you shouldn't be riding that on the road. How old are you?
16.
Right, which means I'm going to have to come and see Mum and Dad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you best ring your mum.
Yeah.
The boys might think the laugh's all on their friend, but Smithy soon got another of them banged to rights.
About 0.5 millimetre. So here's another tyre that's going to get done.
And the tyre isn't the only problem with this moped.
And what are you going to do about the fork seals?
Fork seals, we need to get them sorted.
Yes, you do. All oil's down here. And you can see where it's running as well, can't you? Straight into brakes. This one's more likely to kill you than the next. Your only God-saving grace is the fact the bike doesn't go more than 30 mile an hour, or it better not. Or shall I ride it and find out if it does more than 30 mile an hour?
It's been de-restricted part for safety.
The bike has to be compliant to 30 miles an hour. If that bike's de-restricted, you ain't got any insurance.
De-restricting mopeds is an all too common practice that involves removing a mechanical limit on the bike's top speed. But legally, that puts them in a different bike class, one which categorically precludes 16-year-olds like this rider.
Well, in view of what you've said, we're going to have to keep it and have it examined. Because you shouldn't be riding around on a bike that's been de-restricted. It becomes a motorcycle and you ain't got a licence for a motorcycle.
Both mopeds need attention, and with a garage round the corner, it could be swift.
We can maybe go down there and see what we can sort out with you. I'm not inclined to be particularly nasty, but it's going to have to be put right.
The first boy's mum arrives to find out what's going on.
It's that look.
Oh, it has no tread on that back tyre.
The last thing that looked like that was probably his bum when he was a little baby. It's that shiny and smooth.
Yes. Road safety is paramount in our family, especially following an accident 4 years ago where I lost my partner in a motorcycle accident. I think it's so important that children of this age, and they are children at 16, that they do know that they are actually riding a killing machine.
Mum gets the tyre repaired immediately, but the other bike won't be such a quick fix.
Is there any easy way whether you can tell whether that's de-restricted?
But without taking it to pieces, we can't tell.
That is the bottom line. What I would do is just park that bike up there so it's not in gentleman's way, and then we can have a word with your mum. I think the best approach is to inform his insurance company. If they then want that machine taken to pieces to make sure it's legal, or they want to refuse his insurance, that's entirely up to them.
My mum will probably wring my neck. It's got me into more trouble than it's worth, to be honest.
In respect to the tyres, they may well receive a caution, I would assume. It's entirely up to the decision makers in the prosecution department. My job is simply to reduce casualties, and by doing what we're doing, and as you can see, we've had a chat with them, we've had a little bit of a laugh and a carry on the way they want to do, but hopefully we're getting the message over that it's to keep their backside on the seat of the bike and not on the tarmac. I'll see you later.
My stepdad was killed on a bike. You don't want that happening. Probably one of the worst feelings I've ever had in my life.
It was later found that the suspect bike wasn't de-restricted, but cautions were issued for the bald tyres. Early morning in Birmingham, and new recruit Steve Cooper is poised to join the biker paramedic squad. Rumour has it he looks strangely familiar, and resident joker Mark is preparing a special welcome.
Hedwig, his faithful, trusty owl, and his mode of transport. I suppose you could sit there just till he comes out. There we go. This is ridiculous. It's Harry Potter!
I don't like Harry Potter.
So what spells are we going to be mainly using today?
Something to get rid of you. I wore glasses when I started in the service. They put two and two together and came up with Harry Potter. It's repeatable in public, so yeah, it's not all bad, and I like to think that it's done in an affectionate way, but that might just be kidding myself.
We renamed it for you, mate. It's a Yamaha Nimbus 2000, and it's nice to see we've got the old Scar going on as well.
This is company property, I'm going to put in a report to the managers. To get the chance to ride the bike at work, dream come true really, so it's my ultimate job, and fortunately I managed to get on the unit, so yeah, happy days.
Do you need a hug, mate? You
No,
look a bit
I don't
tearful.
want anything from
Do you want a hug?
I'm going to go and stand in the corner and have a bit of a cry. Fears, I've got a lot. Fear of falling off, fear of ice, a fear that Mark will just keep taking the mick and playing me up all day.
And it's not long before he's put to the test. A 999 calls come in. A man's collapsed at New Street Station. On his bike, Steve can take shortcuts, straight through a pedestrian area and down a cycle lane. 3 minutes later, he's arrived, first on scene. He finds his patient slumped on the floor.
Hello, sir. How are you doing? Oh, do you know what's happened today?
I walked upstairs.
Do you feel lightheaded now?
I'm okay now.
Okay, let's just slip your jacket off then, mate. What was your name?
Will.
Will, okay.
As he runs observations, Steve must closely question his patient.
So do you have any heart problems or anything like that?
I had a quadruple bypass.
Okay. How old are you, mate?
40, 50, 52.
No, you're only a youngster then.
Oh yeah.
Quite young for a bypass.
Oh, yeah.
Just going to get tight then, Will, on your arm,
Yeah.
mate. So at the minute, no pains and you don't feel lightheaded or anything?
Sit down the wall.
Because you felt funny, because you got quite a sweat on when I came as well. Right, yeah, your blood pressure's all right. You remember everything? There wasn't a period of you being unconscious. You remember all the events? Yeah. Okay. Here we go then, mate. Sharp scratch.
Steve suspects there could be a serious underlying problem, but must stay calm. Any hint of alarm could be dangerous to his patient.
Looks like you've had a bit of a near fainting episode for whatever reason. You ever had that before?
No, it's the first time.
Fellow biker paramedic Steve Harris has arrived as backup.
Will you grab us the monitor? He's a heart bypass patient and he's had a collapse, so I want to do a 12 lead.
A 12-lead ECG will be able to pinpoint any irregularities in the electrical activity of Will's heart.
There we go, mate. Just get you to relax eyes and still have a quick look at your 12-lead ECG.
And the results confirm Steve's suspicions. Will's in the first stages of a heart attack. An artery may well be blocked. Steve needs to act fast.
There are some changes on your ECG, so we're going to treat you with our sort of spray that you've probably had before. Can you take aspirin as well? Yeah. Okay.
Will could be seconds away from a cardiac arrest.
Just goes under your tongue, that's brilliant.
The GTN spray will dilate his blood vessels.
Right.
Aspirin will stop blood clots getting any bigger.
Let us know if you get any pains or anything like that, all right?
This is now a battle to keep Will's heart going. If it stops, Steve will have to inject drugs. He sets up intravenous access.
There we go.
Will's deteriorating fast. The sweating is worse. He's increasingly confused.
All right there, Will. Yeah, all right, fella. Just put some pads on just in case.
He could arrest at any moment. Steve attaches the defibrillator's patches to his heart in case he needs to shock him.
What we're going to do, Will, we're going to lie you down, all right? So let's use your coat. Just put you at rest a little bit more, matey, all right?
Both Steves must work fast, but they need to keep Will calm.
All right, you're all right, mate. I'm sorry, I'm just getting to your chest. Don't worry about that. You just carry on relaxing, chap. There we go, mate. All right? Yeah? Where's hurting?
That's better.
All right. 212, thanks, mate. Just an ETA for the crew, please. Just going to give you a little bit of oxygen as well, Will, all right?
The ambulance crews arrived.
We're having an inferior anterior MR, so if we can get him on, we'll get going. He's going to go for PCR. Okay. All right. I want you to stay nice and relaxed, just chill out. We're going to get you on the stretcher, all right? There's interventions that we can do at hospital to correct what's going on. Basically, one of his artery supply in his heart is blocked, and at hospital they can do an invasive procedure to physically clear the clot away. Obviously, time's critical. The more minutes, the more heart muscle you start to lose. So, yeah, time critical. Need to get him there.
Specialists are waiting for Will at City Hospital. It's been a baptism of fire for the new biker paramedic.
You've trained to do these jobs and you just want to do it to the best of your ability and do the best for the patient. It was important for us to give the gent the best treatment as quick as we could.
Essex, a county crisscrossed by 5,000 miles of some of the busiest roads in the UK. With their speed and manoeuvrability, the biker cops have been key in slashing the death and injury toll, one of the highest in Britain, by a third over the last 5 years. And today's no different. Keeping a beady eye on drivers behaving badly, PC Martin Ackers. Holed up by a busy junction near Harlow, he soon spots a motorist who hasn't buckled up. On his powerful BMW R1200 RT, it takes Ackers just seconds to intercept the car.
Hello there, can I ask you just to follow me round the roundabout? Have a very quick chat about not wearing the seatbelt today. Only a very quick chat.
Ackers knows only too well that a seatbelt misdemeanour may well lead to something else.
Whereabouts are you on your way to today?
I'm just on my way to Great Halenbury.
What do you do?
I'm just going to go and see a friend. I only live local.
Right. Have you got your licence on yourself today? Have a quick look.
I have, yeah.
While the driver looks for his licence, Ackers notes that the car's full of tools.
What, you Sparky or Chippy or General Builder or?
I'm unemployed at the moment. I've just become unemployed.
Right, okay. So you're obviously doing something today, though?
No, I'm just visiting a friend of mine.
I just need to do some inquiries. This white van here is Essex County Council.
Yeah.
They're just going to give a very quick chat with yourself in relation to not wearing seat belts. Okay, so it saves you a £60 fine. Okay, so go and chat with. Well, go and have a quick chat with them.
While the driver does his 10-minute awareness course, Ackers has been making inquiries.
Phoned up his so-called friend and I said, what sort of relationship are you with this guy? Are you friends with him? And he says, no, I'm not a friend with him. My sister recommended him to come over to do some work on my oven. So that lights up another light bulb for me to say, well, is he using his vehicle for business?
And if he is, that would mean the driver isn't insured.
I phoned up the gentleman who states to me on the telephone that he wouldn't class you as a friend of his.
I'm a friend of his family.
It wouldn't class you as a friend of his. You're going over there to mend his oven, whereby when you got out of the car, you're saying that you're unemployed. So you're actually working whilst unemployed. And also, the fact that you are going there to go and repair... Hear me through. Whilst you are going over there to repair his oven, you're actually using it for business purposes.
I'm only looking at the oven. I'm not repairing the oven. I'm just looking at it.
I've spoken to the gentleman which you said you were going to see, which happens to say that you are his friend, where quite clearly he's stating that you're not.
I'm a friend of his sister-in-law.
This means court and charges of driving without valid insurance, which could see the driver banned from the road, fined up to £6,000, and with 6 to 8 penalty points slapped on his licence. But Ackers isn't quite done yet.
So are you claiming any benefits at this moment in time, sir?
Yeah, I'm unemployed.
What benefits are you claiming, sir?
Just job seekers allowance.
Job seekers allowance.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
So you've quite clearly got a few tools in here.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Well, I've got a VAT invoice book here. Supply and fit pumps. So these are all...
This is my father. Yep, this
oven.
Is my father.
Again. Yeah, that's yourself then.
No date on there. That's
Bosch to supply and fit, outlet waste. Okay, it's just got pages and pages in there of all different addresses which he's been to, how much he's charged and claiming VAT. So I shall now pass that on to the relevant authorities so that they can continue their inquiries.
It's going to take me for so, because I've got a doctor's appointment.
As long as it takes, I'm afraid. Some people try to hide things from you. People like that need to be investigated thoroughly. All right then, thanks very much for your time. Have a safe journey. All the best to you.
There's no news on the invoice book inquiry, but the no insurance charges were dropped. Ambulance services across the country know only too well the benefits of biker paramedics. They really come into their own on the roads of the tourist paradise of Cornwall, one of the 4 counties in the 7,000 square mile patch covered by the South Western Ambulance Service. Poised for action, biker paramedic Sarah Watson, who pulled on the leathers just 6 months ago.
Quite pleased to get on the team. Obviously, I'm the only girl in the Southwest. There aren't many girl riders in the emergency services. It is nice to be a little bit different, a bit special.
And this is a girl who's crazy about bikes.
I'm a bit of a tomboy, I suppose, always have been. Always liked bikes as a kid, really. Got to ride my own little 250 for a little while, moved up to a 500. And now, as I say, I've got something a bit more on the classic line. It doesn't really want to do fast things, unlike this one, which will go like a bat out of hell if you wanted to. I do get a little bit of teasing, usually about the suit, to be honest. Whoever said that bikers' leathers are sexy just obviously hasn't ever worn one. It's all in good humour. They might have to work with me on a vehicle one day, so they better be nice to me when I'm on this, so I can give them a really hard 12 hours. I think a lot of people are surprised that there is a woman on the bike. When you take your helmet off, they kind of, not only do they go, oh, they sent me a motorbike, they sent me a woman as well. It's hard work sometimes because it's very tiring, but it offsets it with where you work and the work you do with it, and you get to ride a bike all day, which is brilliant.
It's Tuesday morning, and Sarah receives a very worrying call.
Yeah, Roger, we'll receive you on the way.
A mum needs help. Her 1-year-old baby's far from well. It's a 10-mile country dash to St Austell. On her BMW R1200 RT, the twisting roads demand every ounce of her concentration. Scything through red lights and weaving through roadworks, she's on scene in just 15 minutes and must now be ready for whatever the problem may be.
Hi, I'm Sarah. What's your name? Sam. Okay, that'll be a bit easier, I can hear you better now. What's his name?
Oliver.
Oliver. So what's been happening then?
It's just been like this for like 2 weeks. I've been back to the doctors.
Right.
He just can't seem to shift it now.
So what's the main problem with him then?
His fever is just, he keeps shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, his lips keep going blue and then he'll be alright again.
Righto. 38.9, that's pretty warm. Has he had Calpol today?
Yeah, he's had it all.
The normal temperature for a baby like Oliver is between 36 and 37 degrees. At 39, it's worryingly high. Combined with his listlessness, blue lips and shaking, it could be a sign of meningitis, a potentially life-threatening condition. It claims more lives in babies and under 5s than any other infection.
Has he been coughing or?
Yeah, he's been coughing.
Yeah. How about food? Is he feeding well or no off his food?
He's been off his
Okay. Let's have a little listen to his chest and see.
But he had an ear infection a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. I'm trying to have a little listen to his back.
Sarah listens to Oliver's chest to rule out a chest infection.
Oh, nice big sigh. Good boy. No sign of a rash or anything when you change his nappy or anything like that? Okay.
A rash is one of the last presenting signs of meningitis. Sarah can rule nothing out.
This is likely to make him cry, okay? It's just a little sting on the finger. Okay, there we go. Oh, well done, Oliver.
Oliver remains floppy and unresponsive. Sarah desperately wants a reaction.
I'm going to waft a little bit of oxygen in front of his face. It'll just oxygenate this little area in front of him, and that might just help perk him up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to provoke Oliver now. I want him to cry. Okay, I'm not going to do something really terrible to him. I'm going to pinch his ear a little bit and just see how he responds to that. Okay, what I want him to do is to say, get off me. Yep, that'll do. Good boy. Oh, there we are, sweetheart. Yes. Just going to see how he reacts to a little torchlight as well. Hello, sweetheart. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. Okay. He's noticing it, which is good. So he's been sort of listless like this all the way through, or has he sort of had moments where he sort of screams? It sounds like he's in pain or anything like that. Anything different to what I'm looking at now?
It's just like this.
And he's just worse than normal today.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello. Oh, we're perking up a little bit. A little bit of oxygen helps sometimes. Hello. Hello, little guy.
Oliver must be assessed in hospital. Meningitis can steal a life in just 2 hours. No one can take any chances.
Hello. He's quite floppy when I got here, and he's been listless. He's got a raging temperature at the moment. He's 38.9. So there's obviously something going on. He's not very alert, actually. He is laid back. He's not at all worried about me looking at him, prodding and poking him. And that is always a little bit of a warning sign with children. You really like them to fight you off. Mums rightly obviously worry about their little ones. Mum is usually the best historian in the room. You know, she's been with him day and night for the last 2 weeks, and she knows when he's right and when he's wrong.
Oliver will be rushed to hospital for tests.
Oh, right, okay.
Best of luck, Sam. I hope Ollie's feeling better soon. Bye-bye, little fella. Bye-bye.
Rush hour in Essex, and the biker cops are poised to swoop. Distracted drivers are responsible for 80 deaths on UK roads every year. The biker cops are parked up near the Dartford crossing on the hectic A12. Under the flyover, PC Ray Jeffrey acts as the posse's spotter, radioing through anything suspicious to his fellow biker cops.
Okay, so jump down for me. Switch off. Hello. Where are you from? Romania.
Not everyone's happy about being pulled over.
There is no way on this earth he saw me on the phone. I'm infuriated. Absolutely seething. He did not see me on the phone. His hands free. Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Put it in the notes. No, I tell you, I'm so aggravated. I haven't got a clue. He's mistook what he may have seen. There is absolutely no way he's seen me on a phone. I'm not going to pay it. I'm going to go to court.
That's fine, sir. I'll explain to you.
I've got a clean licence, 30 years. Yes, you are. You're good, and I've been on the phone, and I haven't. And you think by offering the fixed penalty notice I'll pay 30, 40, £60 so I don't have to appear in court, wasting my time. Well, I'm not. I'm going to court.
I'll explain it to you.
I know, but I feel like I'm going to get shafted here. Just give me a minute. You've got to give me a minute. I'm infuriated.
Every 3 minutes, a UK driver is issued with a fixed penalty for using a handheld device while driving.
Very, very cross, isn't it? Very cross.
While Hillsy's dealing with the driver, fellow biker cop Mick Wills is having an easier time.
Morning. Let's jump out for us. Sorry. Just jump out, please. Thank you.
No way to stop? Yeah, obviously. Call him. Seatbelt.
Yeah.
Everything is displayed on my dash. Everything. The dialing is voice activated. Everything. 30 years clean licence. I don't believe this. You just press that button, and he answers the phone.
Yeah, he's not suggesting you open it up to your ear, did he? Not once have I said that to you, sir. I'm saying he's seen you holding it in your hand.
I'm so annoyed. You've got to understand this. I can't believe it.
Explain to me what's the phone.
It's just, please, don't say it to me anymore. I do not want to know.
Explain about the ticket and how you can deal with the matter.
Right.
Okay. You've been reported for the offence of using your handheld mobile phone whilst driving. Okay. And driving whilst not in proper control of your vehicle. Okay. For which deal with it by way of
both hands on the steering wheel.
You've been reported for those two offences. Deal with it by way of a fixed penalty notice. If you comply with the ticket, that's the end of the matter. However, if you wish to be heard by a magistrate's court, or you don't comply with any...
Will I get 3 points on my licence if I pay a fine?
Yes.
I'm not going to go see the court.
If unsuccessful, the driver could be fined up to £1,000 plus costs and get 3 points on his licence.
That's his option, really. It's a day out of the cold for me, isn't it?
After reflection, the driver's sticking to his guns and awaits his day in court. Mid-morning in Birmingham, a 999's come in to biker paramedic Mark. A woman's lying unconscious in a flat on the edge of town. The call's 2 miles away. Mark accelerates through the city centre. On 2 wheels, with a top speed of 130 miles an hour, he can weave through traffic faster than a traditional ambulance. In just over 2 minutes, Mark's arrived, first on scene. Mark never knows what he might have to contend with. He's met with empty bottles, rotting food, and an overwhelming stench.
Wow.
She's in bed.
Okay. Okay, and who are you, please?
I'm a community psychiatric nurse.
Okay.
She's got a diagnosis of substance misuse.
Was that alcoholism?
Yes.
Okay. My name's Mark, I'm a paramedic. Can I have a little look at you, do you mind? I can see you blinking there. Do you want to talk to me and I'll help you? Has she spoke to you at all?
No.
An ambulance crews arrive to assist Mark.
Hi there, Roy. Are you all right? Are you going to talk to me, my love? Turn around and have a little look at me. I'm not that bad, I promise. We're here to help you. Do you know what day it is today? No. Do you know where you are? No. Have you had any alcohol or medication today? No? Do you know who we are? No, the ambulance service. Yeah? Nice and still for us. Nice and still.
Routine checks suggest nothing untoward, but the state of the flat is of major concern. It's a breeding ground for deadly bacterial infections. Mark's worried the woman can't fend for herself.
Has she been sectioned or anything?
No.
Treated as an inpatient for her?
She was treated as an inpatient, yes.
Observations at the moment are checking out A-OK.
she goes to casualty now and everything's okay, she'll be discharged, won't she? We can't be seen to take her to hospital to be discharged to come back to this. And for her to live in these conditions, it's not right.
No, it's not right.
Because this isn't just 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. This is, it's mouldy, flies are absolutely everywhere, pieces stuck to her feet. It's right course of action for her because we can't just leave her in this.
Just trying to contact our team so they can do an assessment. And if it means to be placed in a place of safety,
I think that's what it needs.
That's what needs to be done.
But for her mental health to be assessed, she must agree to go to hospital. Mark needs to persuade her.
Will you come to hospital with us? Well, we're a bit concerned about, obviously, your surroundings at the moment. It's not very healthy for you. Everybody's concerned, and living in these conditions, it's going to make you very, very poorly, isn't it? We'll take you in the ambulance. Yeah? We'll get you a chair, don't worry, we'll get you a chair. Yeah? We'll get you a chair. Okay. We're going to have to try and make it safe. From a psychiatric point of view, would it be better to go to the QE?
Yeah, transfer to a psychiatric clinic. That's what I'm just trying to arrange with my manager.
All right. You might want some protective stuff on as well, because it is crawling. Literally.
The state of the flat means the ambulance crew must wear protective clothing before they can move the patient.
This is quite an eye-opener, and I've never been to a property as bad as this.
So that looks like dried, well, it's vomit in the sink, isn't it?
Every year, 1 in 4 of us will suffer mental health problems. Every week, an average 2,000 people need psychiatric treatment. Mark must do everything he can.
We come out to jobs like this, and our aim is to make a difference. Whether it be the treatment that we provide, the observations that we take, but also we can make other healthcare bodies, mental health or other organisations aware of the conditions this lady's in, and hopefully something can be done about it. There's quite clearly issues that need to be addressed.
We're going to pop you on this chair here, okay?
There we go, she's walking.
There we go, sit down.
Obviously when she gets to hospital she'll be assessed, observations will be taken. Back we come. Obviously they're going to have to clean her thoroughly. Hopefully she'll get some sort of mental health assessment and the proper care that she needs.
Essex, and the biker cops are braced for anything. On patrol, PC Lucy Watson. A call's come in that a lad's kicking off at a local garden centre.
He doesn't appear drunk or high on drugs, and is now starting to get aggressive to staff members.
Lucy opens up the throttle to get there as fast as she can. It's 5 miles away, but in just 7 minutes, she's on scene. The lad's calmed down, but he's now refusing to budge.
Hello mate, you alright? What's the problem today?
What are you looking for?
I don't know. Are we?
I wanted to confess if you're not.
Okay. What are we looking for you for?
Well, I was down in Bus Police case there.
Yeah.
Some lady,
She did what,
she
sorry?
got up and went in the toilet.
Yeah.
And she left her bag on the chair.
Okay.
I sort of ran off with her bag.
Okay.
Took some money, what was there, only to get something to eat.
Okay.
But I feel bad about it. So.
Because of what you told me, I'm going to formally arrest you now for theft of that handbag.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm taking the money out of it. What did you do with the bag?
If you ain't found it, I can go and get it. All the credit cards and everything's in it and everything.
All right then. Do you want to come out here where we've got a bit more room?
Yeah.
The lad's being very cooperative. So cooperative that Lucy has her suspicions.
You're not just telling me this because you want a bed for the night, are you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Homeless people often pretend to commit petty crime just to get a bed for the night at the police station. But the lad's adamant that he can lead Lucy to the handbag.
I'm happy for him to show me where he's left it. Is that the bag?
Yeah, that's the bag.
Finding the bag has convinced Lucy that this is a real confession.
I think it's genuine. We've got a report of the crime.
The lad's taken to the police station to be charged.
This is Sarge. He's confessed to theft of a handbag. He's of no fixed abode.
As arresting officer, Lucy takes his photograph and fingerprints.
Let's have a nice smile. Look like you're pleased to be here. Sorry?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Right there,
that's right. That's why I put them there. I've done this before, you know.
The lads also offered something to eat as part of the police duty of care.
What sort of food do you like?
Anything really, I'll eat anything, I'm starving.
Do you know our menus?
No.
Beans and potato wedges. Rice, lasagna. Lasagna's usually pretty good.
What's that one there? Chicken casserole? This.
Beef hot pot. Oh, I didn't see that one.
Beef hot pot.
Yeah.
In this case, Lucy has no difficulty showing compassion.
It's quite sad. He's got nowhere to live. He hasn't eaten anything hot for at least 2 days. Or anything hot to drink, so Custody Sergeant's quite happy we feed him. Normally meal times are at certain times, but he's clearly in desperate need of something to eat and drink. And then he'll be interviewed in due course. Round to the right, yeah, number 7. No, there's no point in being horrible to the lad. You know, he's done something wrong. At least he's had the courage to put his hands up and say, I've done this wrong, I feel really bad about it, and I want to tell you about it. He's been good as gold, he hasn't caused us any problems. And the lady gets her handbag back, so everyone's going to be happy, aren't they?
The owner of the stolen handbag decided to drop charges on the condition that the lad repay the £20 he took. Ivor and Pam, whose car was crushed in the multiple pile-up in Essex, were treated in hospital. Pam had fractured several ribs, and Ivor had suffered severe bruising and was kept in overnight with chest pains.
We don't like to complain about our aches and pains because at least we're here. You know? That's what's important, isn't it?
Yeah, I really should write to them all.
Thank them all very much for helping us and being so kind.
Will, who collapsed at the station, had emergency heart surgery. 3 months later, he was back at work as a gardener. And luckily, baby Oliver did not have meningitis. He was diagnosed with a nasty urine infection and is recovering well.
He's had lots of bumps in that, but I've never had to call the ambulance out before. Just that time. And I hope it'll be the last.
Next time on Emergency Bikers, a young rugby player could be in trouble.
That definitely hurts.
It can be a catastrophic injury.
Biker paramedics battle to save a junkie.
You'll pass out, stop breathing, and you won't make it.
And in Essex, biker cop Clem gets an earful.
Gravity cut off. Oi!